Hello everyone, this is John Jenkins. I'm on my computer. This is uh, January 5th of 2020. The new the new the new decades. I'm sorry, the new decade. I was gonna say. So, I got this. Um, I got this game that I want to show you. So, uh, C users John J and all right. Here's my second Ruby game. My second Ruby game. It's called Maegis. Let me say. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. Hello, my friend. How are you? Forgive me, but I have forgotten your name. It has been so long. What is it? Tell him your name. First, enter, and last, enter. Okay. Uh, James Talleyrand. Okay. Why, yes, old friend. My name is James. James Talleyrand. Your friend. Ah, so your name is James Talleyrand. I remember. I remember now. Do you remember my name? Name your friend. I'm gonna call him. Uh, Pervendor. Pervendor. Okay. Of course I do. Your name is Pervendor. Pervendor. So your friend is his. At first you called him your friend, and now you call him Pervendor in the speech tag. So here's the big question. Your friend here, Pervendor, is saying, "Here's the big question. Do you remember the name of our home country? Name your friend's country. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop clicking on the right side of the keyboard. I'm gonna go with uh, uh, Fargo, Farfgo, Farfgo. Of course, you're from Farfgo of the Hills. Farfgo of the Hills. Okay, so here's your friend Pervendor. That is yes, that is true. You have a good memory. So where are you from? Name my memory. Name your home country. Villanueva. Villanueva. Okay, Villanueva. I am from Villanueva out west. And then your friend Pervendor. Is that the same country with the eternal spire? Name Villanueva's. Here's the name of your country. Name Villanueva's most popular monument. The uh, uh, Dark Bark. Okay, that's not the name of the place, Pervendor. You know that. It's the Dark Bark. And yes, yes. Now I remember. Are you married? Name your spouse. Now I did not program this to be uh, uh, two gender or non-binary gender. I didn't program this to be two gender or non-binary. So that's a weakness of the program. But yeah, so it's you can only name a wife and not a girlfriend, not a not a friend with benefits. You can only name your wife. So yeah. I'm gonna say Nara. Nara. Okay. Sure, Pervendor. My wife's name is Nara. Nara Talleyrand. So you notice that they use I use the last name that I typed up there to add into the first name of your wife. Okay, okay. That's great. What does she look like? What color are her eyes? So this one I didn't want to have you typing in the color of the eyes, even though that probably would have been more dynamic. I wanted to have that be a part of the gameplay, so I needed to standardize it so I wasn't creating a bad situation where if somebody types in silver but they leave out the E, then it might break the program. So I need to have uh, I need to have some sort of uh, error checking. So I'm gonna type in A for silver. Okay, silver, very beautiful. He knows the color of your white size. So what are you here for? What is it that you desire? So I wanted to have the first Maegis game. I had only one class, which was the mage. Hence the name Maegis. So for Mages 2, I wanted to have three classes, and none of them are mages. So there's three classes. There is the thief, the general, and the pyro. So the thief, I wanted to have something that was sort of like a physical, sort of like Thorn of Thrain or a Viggo Mortensen from the Lord of the Rings type character who's like sleek and dark, and the women can't get enough of him. And so that was the inspiration for the thief. For the power, I wanted to have an intellectual class or a strategic class because I used to love strategy games like Command and Conquer Generals and Close Combat Battle of the Bulge. So I wanted to have a general class. So a strategic class. So that's why I put the general right there, which is the power option, and then the last option is the pyro. So I wanted to have a mage, a magician, or a mage or a wizard, but I wanted to have it be more like I don't know, more of like an Elizabeth Redfern type thing uh, where you where you uh, where you where you're not necessarily where you don't necessarily have any magic in you. You're not necessarily magical, but people think you're magical because this is based in the past. And back then, if you could basically back then if you could walk down the street without wincing or falling over, then they thought you were some sort of magical being. You know what I mean? That's how simple people were back then. Uh, so that was my idea. I wanted to be creative with it. I didn't want to have somebody who was like full on Hogwarts, but I wanted to have somebody who had the ability to uh, be creative and make people think that he had powers even when he didn't. And that's why I chose the pyro or the it's sort of like a not a pyromaniac. I didn't want to have a pyromaniac, but it was supposed to be sort of like a a fireworks specialist. So I call him a pyro, but it's more of a fireworks specialist or a gunpowder magician, something like that, And so I'm gonna choose a money for thief, and I'm gonna hit enter. Okay. Just then, an officer walks through the inn, looking at a player across the bar. That is a glitch. That is basically I forgot to substitute player for the player's name. So okay, I gotta do that. So player across the bar. Player gets nervous, beginning to sweat. The officer walks into him, joined by armed soldiers. Pervendor says nothing. Olin demurs. So uh, I have now switched from the function, from the initialization function to the actual class of the game. So I have transferred all of the variables that you declared up here, and I've transferred them into the game class as accessors. So or permanent variables, and so here's the first line. Provender, I'm sorry, officer, which is different from your friend. So officer says, wife, it isn't a thief. So the officer knows your class. He's the first one who tells you your class in the game. So officer says, wife, it isn't a thief. And here it says, press enter to continue. Because of the pacing of the game, I wanted to have because the pacing of the game, I wanted to have uh, uh, I wanted to have a little break because there's a lot of text coming up. That's one after another, and I wanted to break it up so you don't have to go read from all the way to the read from all the way on at the top of the screen to all the way to the bottom. This way, you're only reading from like here to here, and so yeah, so I got press enter to continue, and he says, "What's your name, friend?" And the officer was like, "Guess." So I wanted to have you name the officer, but I didn't want him. I didn't want him to be too friendly about it. I didn't want him to say like Pervendor said. I didn't want him to say something like "Do you remember my name?" Because that would have sounded too, I don't know, friendly. So I wanted the officer to say really sarcastically, just say "Guess." And so you name the officer, and I have a favorite name for him, but I can't say it on the internet. So I'm just gonna say, uh, uh, I'm just gonna say, Thorin, the character from the Hobbit movies. So okay, of course I know your name, old chum. Thorin the Scrivener, wasn't it? So I'm a big fan of Herman Melville. So I decided to uh, use the name, paraphrase the name, borrow the name Bartleby the Scrivener, and then change it to fit the situation. So it's Thorin the Scrivener, and Thorin. So it changes. You named him right here, and now it's saying Thorin where it used to say officer, and so so it says that's not funny, as in that's not my real name. Uh, but I'm an officer of the Imperial Navy. I haven't been in this inn before. Very nice. What's the name? So Thorin isn't his real name, but from now on, you're gonna be calling him Thorin all the time, and in the game, it's gonna list his name as Thorin, which I thought was hilarious. But okay, all right. So name the inn. Name the inn. So I like to name the inn. Uh, I like to name the inn the same as your friend's name. I might add it in. I might add in some code that changes the game based on if you name the inn after your friend. Um, so I'm gonna name it after my friend Pervendor. This inn is called the Pervendor Inn. Thorin, the officer Thorin. You've got a lot of nerve showing your face around here, thief. Why don't you go home and make some babies? By yourself. Uh, Okay. Enter a pet name for your officer's grandmother. Okay. So I'm gonna say Yali. Okay. I would do exactly that, but your Yali is on vacation. Uh, that's a nice watch. Is it gold? So Thorin is. I probably should add Officer Thorin, but yeah. So I just left it at Thorin. So uh, uh, so that's a nice watch. Is it gold? So it's about to begin the game. So all this was the intro. So there's basically gonna be one level, and you have to you have to use you have to use the information that you added in is going to be used to help you play the game. Personalize the game. It's probably not going to change the gameplay that much, but it'll give you a sense of ownership. You know what I mean? So yeah. So right now I got it. I figured it out because basically if you double click, if you use the Ruby file as an executable, then um, um, then it will automatically exit when you reach the end of the program, but it won't show the last few words of text. It'll just exit really fast, and you won't get to see what you programmed into it. So I added in this special input declaration right here, and it doesn't matter what you put in. You just hit enter, and that exits the program. So right now I'm gonna fix something that I have to fix. Um, so um, So yeah. So I'm going to change this. Dokely. So yeah, it is name Dokely. Okay. Name. I'm sorry, name F. Okay. Um Name F, and okay, let's go back in here. Tell me name, John Statham. Okay, name your friend, Marcos. Name your friend's country, Pterodine. Name your home country, Maxis. Name Maxis's most popular monument, the Performante. Name your spouse, Jelia. Okay. I'm gonna go with red. S for red. What do I want? Money, power, revenge, power. So I'm gonna go with power, and this is gonna be a general class. Okay. All right. So here is the I've introduced another glitch. You know what? Yeah. So I'm not going to do what I was gonna do. What I was gonna do is I was gonna go into each decoration. I was going to go to each decoration of the I was going to go to each usage of the name variable, and I was going to add chomp. But I'm not going to do that this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the beginning of the program. And, okay, so I'm going to go to the beginning of the program, and I'm going to say name, I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that because I can't do that. So what I have to do, because I've already set up the program a certain way, so I am going to go back up here. There's the general class, and so Justin officer. So I have to go to each declaration of the name, and I have to go chomp. Okay, so exit out of that. So hopefully that has solved that issue. Okay, so yeah. All right, so James Tornby. Okay. All right, name your friend Jokos. Okay. Name your friend's country Pterodine. Okay. Name your country Maxis. Okay. Name Maxis's most popular monument, the Tripoli. Okay. Name your spouse Mara. Okay. Name her eye color. Green. Okay. Green. Very beautiful. What are you looking for? What is that you desire? So I'm going to go back to general. Okay. So just then, an officer walks in the door looking at James. So I got his name in there. James across the bar. James gets nervous, beginning to sweat. So, officer, why if it isn't the general? And here you click enter to continue. What's your name, friend? Officer, guess. Name the officer. Sleazer. Okay. Of course, I know your name, old chum. Sleazer the Scrivener. Okay. So name the N. What was Justin? Okay, Jokos. Jokos. Name the N after your friend. Okay. Okay. Sleazer. You've got a lot of nerves shoving your face around here, General. Why don't you go home and make some babies by yourself? Enter a pet name for the officer's grandmother. Gelesta. Okay. And okay. Wait, before I even do that. Okay, before I even do that. Okay, yeah. Alright. Name the N. Okay. Alright. Alright, so. Okay. James. Okay. James Togos. Okay. Alright. Name your friend. Marcos. Name your friend's country. Fogos. Name your home country. Maxis. Name Maxis' most popular monument. The Cricos. The Cricos. Name your spouse. Jalia. Okay. Blue. Blue. Very beautiful. Okay, so power for general. Why, if it isn't a general. Okay, press enter, continue. Name the officer Maxchos. Sort of like machos, but it's Maxchos. Name the N, Maxicella. Okay. Okay. Jelena. Okay, so for some odd reason, it is not, for some odd reason, okay, so I must have introduced another bug here somewhere. I think the issue is with the general class. I think the issue is with the general class. Yeah, I think the issue. Let me try it one more time. Because I think the issue is with, because I had I'm sorry. Okay. Joko Diliano. Okay. Name your friend Marosa. Name your friend's country. Dilettante. Name your home country. Maxis. Maegis. Name your spouse. Jorala. Green. Money. If it isn't a thief, okay. Press enter to continue. Okay, name the officer. Jorella the scrivener. Okay, so name the N. Okay, what is okay, Marosa. So the Marosa Inn. So enter a pet name for the officer's grandmother, Jelena. Okay. So you'll notice that that's a nice watch. It's a gold. So basically, it's been showing this message for all three of the generals, of all three of the classes. It's been showing this message. So it's supposed to have three different messages, for one for each class, because it's supposed to branch off into three different trees for the three different game types. So the issue is that no matter what class I choose, it always shows this message. It only branches off into the thief issue, the thief class, the thief level. It only branches off into the thief tree, no matter which class you choose. And the issue is that when you are using let's see, when you are using Ruby, the issue is that if you have class parent, and then you have class child 1 is less than class parent, you can have class child 2 is less than class child 1. You can do that. That'll work. So this is the main class. This extends the parent class, and this extends the first child class. But what you can't do is you cannot have class child 2 extends class parent. See, in this situation, it's sort of like it's horizontal. It's horizontal. It's not vertical. It's horizontal. You extend the class one time, and then you want to take the first class and you want to put the second class horizontally, as in it's like the difference between having a grandchild and then just having two children. If you have two children, that's horizontal expansion. You have multiple children on the same level, which is your children. But if you have, I'm sorry, yeah, I would have to change that to child one. So yeah, so basically this is the parent class. This extends parent. This extends parent, and this extends the previous child. So you cannot have this. You cannot have the horizontal. You can only have the vertical. You can only say uh, uh, the class extends the parent, and then the second class extends the first child. But you cannot have two on the same horizontal level. You cannot have two child classes that are both extending the same parent at the same time. So if you try to do that, then Ruby will just ignore the other children, and it'll only pay attention to the first child. So if you want to have horizontal like this, where both both child classes are extending the parent, then you have to use functions instead of classes. So in that case, you would have a parent class, and then you would have player, just for example, player one class, which would extend the parent class. And then inside the player one class, you would have self dot class one equals. So yeah, self dot class two equals. So let me put the end and the end, and then you would have self dot class three equals. And then the end. So this right here, these are all functions. If you want to, you can add the parentheses. If you want to, you can add the parentheses. I'm gonna add the parentheses. So let's see. So, and I don't think you have to put the semicolons here. So here's this is extending horizontal. This is extending vertically. So this is the main player class, which extends a parent. So this is the main player class, and this is horizontal. This is vertical, and this is horizontal. So these are all the classes that are extending the same class, which is the player class. So that's what you need to know if you're going to make a Ruby game with multiple classes. All right. So thanks everyone, and let me save this as a class. I'm sorry. Class demonstration Ruby. Okay. So let's say that. All right. There. All right. So thanks everyone, and I'm gonna upload this, and I'm gonna see. There's uh, my new logo for my my main company, and so man, this is awesome. So this is my new logo for my main company, and so I hope you guys are interested in some new games. I just got my JavaScript working, and I got the second Ruby game working, and I will keep I will keep my I will continue to make these games, and I will I'll try to get my game design company off the ground. And so that's all I have to say for now. And if you have any questions about the game, if you need some help with your Ruby projects, let me know. I'm still learning. I'm only about 20%. I'm sorry, 40% through the book, the Ruby book. Uh, let's see. Uh, Head Start Ruby. I'm gonna say Head First Ruby, and yeah. So, written by J McGavran. J McGavran. So, yeah. So thanks a lot, and goodbye.